Hi everybody, I'm here to show you how to take care of a chicken who unfortunately has reproductive cancer. As most of you know, by the time a chicken is even a year old, because they've been so overbred for egg production, they will develop reproductive cancers. It's quite tragic, but this is what unfortunately the industry has done to chickens. So when one of your beloved chickens does develop reproductive cancer, I'm here to tell you that there is a way to take care of them, especially if they're still showing their zest for life, which my dear beloved chicken Honey still is. So I am taking care of her in such a way that she can still have a very wonderful quality of life until the time that she can't, and then I will take her to be put to sleep. But until that time, I want to show you how I've figured it out to take care of Honey, even with her sisters who are not able to totally be part of the flock with her because they've gotten a bit aggressive. So I'm going to show you what I do to take care of Honey. And this is what we do first thing in the morning. I'm going to bring Honey out of her whole enclosure in order to feed her and take care of her away from her sisters Thelma and Louise. Good morning, sweet Honey. Here she is. So I am going to take her gently out of the coop where she's been sleeping. Give her a chance to settle down. Here you are. Because she can't walk up and down the ramp anymore. She still can take some steps, but there is pain involved, so we want to get her pain medication as soon as possible this morning, but first she needs to eat. In order for her to eat, she needs to be away from her sisters because they will overpower her because she's weak. So we're going to go outside to an area that I've created where she can have her breakfast and all the things she needs to start her day with peace and quiet. Hi Thelma, hi Louise, these are her sisters. So I've created a space outside the main coop where Honey can have her breakfast and feel safe and secure. So I've set up this bench where she has a sense that she's still in an enclosed place because she can't walk too much, and chickens generally who have been in more defined places like to feel a bit of security when they're not feeling well. So this gives her, you can put up anything you want. Put up a chair upside down or whatever you can. Give her a little space where she knows this is her spot. Okay, and then she's going to settle down and sit now. Because as I said, she can't take a lot of steps. She has a tumor which creates pressure. Already you can see that although she has this tumor, she wants to eat, and she loves her food, and she loves whatever she can find foraging, and she also loves all the foods that I'm going to show you that I bring her. So even though she has this tumor that creates problems with mobility, once she's sitting and calm and settled down, she is enjoying her food. So what I'm going to bring her is some wonderful chard, which she is going to enjoy pecking off. And I also put some small pieces down that she also likes to take from the ground. So what I'm trying to show you here is that even though she can't scratch for her food and walk for her food the way you all know chickens love to do, she still can enjoy her food. I know, Honey. Yeah, delicious, huh? Get some kale. I break it up for her so that she doesn't have to work so hard, because since she can't scratch with her feet the way chickens normally do, she's using her neck much more. And so I try to let her do the natural things, which is pecking at her food and finding it herself, and then giving her some breaks by having it already cut up. What I'm also going to add is some water close by. This is familiar to most of you. You probably fed maybe some rescued chicks with one of these, but she can't drink her water or have her food, as I said, with her flock mates anymore, because knowing that they're weak, that she's weak, they will peck at her, and this way she gets all the nutrition and the food that she needs. Oh, Honey. What I also give her is a little bit of the food that she used to eat more of, which she isn't eating as much, but this is her regular food, and a little bit of her chicken scratch, which she's lost interest in, but I still put a little out to see if she might like it. Or chicken chocolate, but she's not as interested in that as she used to be. What she's really loving the most is the rich greens, and she loves the stem of the chard. Just loves that. And again, the reason I am giving her so much of it cut up is because I'm trying to give her a break from all the normal body movements chickens make when they're looking for their food, since she can't do that as easily anymore. I want her to have a break. Good. Isn't that right, honey? Now, I would not normally be in support of buying worms as a vegan. I don't support that, but I did buy a package of worms because she she's not as able to forage for bugs, so I have reverted to purchasing some mealworms. Well, here's a chance to watch her reposition. She gets up sometimes and repositions. Gets a little more comfortable, and then goes back to eating. This is a 6-year-old who, though suffering with a tumor, is full of life, wants to eat, enjoys parts of the day where she's just resting, looking around, and really having what I consider a quality of life. I had the experience of having other dear chicken companions with tumors, and it was not at all like this. They needed to be euthanized right away. It was obvious their lives, there was no quality whatsoever, and it was over very quickly. Honey is an exception, and I've discussed with her veterinarian that it's appropriate. So once Honey's had enough breakfast, she has enough of a full crop for her medications. She's taking prednisone and Tormadol. I actually have to mix the Tormadol into some water and put it in the syringe because that doesn't come in liquid. And this is for pain and inflammation. And both the veterinarian and I see that it seems to be working quite well right now and gives her the pain relief that she needs. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Giving a chicken medicine is tricky, and depending on how sick they are, sometimes depends on how easy it is to give it. In this case, Honey, even though she has this large tumor, she's very has a lot of life in her, so she doesn't. She will move and look uncomfortable for a moment. I'll do the best I can to show you how I try to do it the best I can. So what I do is I actually find a way to get a little bit behind her. I find that having a little bit of pressure on her helps her settle down. So I kind of get like that with her. I bring the syringes down. All right, sweet honey. Here comes your medication. I know you don't like it, but we'll make it quick. Take her head, put in about half, let her swallow. I'm holding her head and opening her beak at the same time. Here you go, honey. Here you go, sweet girl. That's good, girl. And here's the second syringe. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Okay, sweet girl. Swallow. One more time. And then we'll be done. She forgets how much she hates it pretty quickly. Peck, peck, peck. some of that. Get some of that. Get some of that. All right, let's finish up. Okay, all done. What a good girl. Yeah, let's get some yummy favorite things. Forgot all about it. Important to try to encourage water. But what I notice with Honey is that she has some mornings she likes to drink a lot of water, and some afternoons or evenings is when she likes her water. So I offer it to her, and sometimes she settles down and has some. We had a heat wave last week, so I had to be sure to move her into shade and give her extra water, because she isn't as likely to move freely, especially part of the day where she's back with her sisters and she's avoiding them. So my last bit of information and advice for all of you that are trying to take care of a chicken who has a reproductive cancer, tumor situation, and you're still trying to keep her with the flock, is that, at least what I'm finding is that Honey, when I take her back in, I distract the other chickens with some food, and then she settles into her spot, and then they'll come over maybe and bother her for a few seconds, and then they get distracted and go on their way. It's flock mentality. They know that she's ill, and they want her to snap out of it so they don't look weak as a flock and then more prone to predators. But I find that, at least in my situation, they forget about that quickly, and they go on and do their thing and leave Honey alone, and she has her spots that she can move to and feel safe, and so I'm able to keep them all together for the rest of the day. But I do have to feed her, give her water, and give her medication separate from them, and this is how we do it, twice a day. And I bring my tea out, and sometimes I just relax with her for a while, give her some time where she just can feel safe, not having to be aware of her sisters giving her a hard time here and there. Let her eat in peace, let her have some special time where she's just on her own, and give her all the love I can. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps you if you're facing this situation, and go vegan.